obviously not what you planned to come down here, mate, but talk us through that one.
At the tip, I thought we got that first score, and then I can usually tell at the start of the game, and we were all over it, physically up the floor, aggressive, and just over the course of the whole game, middle pick and roll at the end of the shot clock, and offensive rebounds, just absolutely smashing us on the glass. And when you play down here, when you play them with the pressure they put on and the pressure they were putting on the scoreboard, just that scenario, and it was kind of the hurdle that we were trying to attend to after last year, was the guard position and our bigs. And I thought they dominated us inside on the glass and got Tim and X and Buqual in foul trouble in the first quarter. We were in, that aspect for us was deep trouble the whole game, which is a problem. And then the Delhi factor tonight, just had to play Kendrick into the ground and the ball in his hand the whole time. And just that piece that he adds to us in an environment like that, in the pressure like that. So Lockie Dent's just joined us, hasn't really had a practice session, so no backup one. Tyler's really a 2-3, so X was in foul trouble. So the pressure over the course of time got to us, and now we've got a chance, like everybody's talking about. We're roller coaster ride, but I thought our heart was in the right place. It's just the circumstances. There was nowhere to go from the sideline to help what was going on. So they can, I looked up with 4 minutes to go in the fourth, and we were right where we were at halftime. They didn't let it go. They kept fighting. Got a great performance, I thought, out of Goody, the NBL1 player that's joined us. I thought, he's coming, and that big position is an alarm for us, and I'm excited about that moving forward. And then full credit to these guys. I said they've lost whatever games in a row, but everybody talks about the culture here, the community here. I was involved in basketball, obviously, for a long time, and I was here when the Devils played their last game, and the sadness of losing the Tasmania team, and now to see a team like this doing such a great job of not only, but they represent the community, they represent the people down here. They fight, they're well coached, they play hard. I have nothing but respect. Want to beat them, and they're in our way to make the playoffs, and we got them another time, and I'm looking forward to that because they've slapped us around a few times. But love what Scott Roth has done here. I love the way they go about their business, and the community piece and the environment out here is first class. So they are great for the NBL and a great example for the league.
There was obviously a lot of pressure on the JackJumpers coming into tonight's game. The pressure they put on you guys on the court. Do you think your players probably didn't handle that, what they brought from the tip, as you said?
I didn't think we turned the ball over a lot under their pressure. I thought emotionally we lost our cool with the calls. Xavier, Bull, constantly asking me to look, and I didn't have any timeouts left because I was using them the rest of the team because we were there. But that was a definitely one of the things on the whiteboard is they work hard at body checking you, making it tough to move anywhere, in your face, in your grill. That piece of staying together, huddling up, was disappointing. They got to us there, and I thought we lost composure.
Did you a bit of frustration from the bench about the calls? Was there any comment on those?
The referees had nothing to do with the result. They really didn't. You're in the heat of battle, and it's very physical. And but when you take a deep breath after the game was over. The better team won, and I think he should get rewarded for playing hard, and they played harder than we did. So absolutely no complaints about the referees.
Gorge, 3 against the JackJumpers. Is there something in particular about the matchup that it doesn't quite stick, or is it just circumstance, different games, injuries, whatever?
I thought the first game down, we've played them early, and the first game down here, we weren't where we need to be, and they got us here on their home court, and they were better than us. And then I thought we made a lot of ground, and then our home game was one like no other. So I don't, they beat us, but I like the way we played in that game. Down here, knowing that they were desperate and seeing Magne back in the lineup, there was going to be a lot of motion here. And the point that he asked, the composure piece and that guard play, I was concerned about coming into the game, and they exposed it. So they've won 3. They beat us 3 times, and they played and shot very well against us. But I'm looking forward to the next one.
The guys talked a bit in the broadcast about it was Bull at the time in terms of the foul issues. It's like you've told him 4 times you're on 4 fouls, and then he was a bit reckless out there. How do you get through to guys in that situation to avoid what happened?
He's been, and everyone's talking about him right now. He's taken a huge step in that area. When it gets to where he was, you don't fix it, you know. And I haven't seen him in that box basically all year this year. He's been pretty good with his composure, but yeah, he lost his way there. And I thought I could have taken him out, but I wanted him to play and try to stay on the floor. To me, we're in a really bad place, and if I take him out, he's done. I know he's done. So stay out there and try to play smart and not get that foul. And what he did was where his head was at. So I think he knows. I think he's addressing it. But when you're in the heat of battle, and he was definitely frustrated. He was definitely frustrated with some of the calls, and he didn't go into a good place.
An update on Delly and Brucey in terms of the expectations?
I'm hoping Delly, Brucey's a 3 to 4 week situation, and I'm hoping Delly sooner. But you know, it's everyone. I think one of the things in this league is, you know, if you sit here and complain about injuries, you can get laughed at because everyone is dealing with it in a big way. But he's a really important piece for us, and we're excited to get him back.
He's not injured though, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, he's not injured.
Probably just asking for myself because I'm working your next game in Sydney.
Chris, when you're ready.
Yeah, Gorge, just a couple of quick ones, because you did cover most things in your first answer. But just back to Goody quickly. I mean, he's a guy, like you said, he's come straight out of NBL1, and all of a sudden a game like this, and with Tim and X in foul trouble, he's going up against guys like Magne and Bannon, and he ends up being your only guy with a positive plus-minus in 18 minutes, and he's doing a hell of a job, isn't he?
He's now in, when we first got him, he's there for if something happens to somebody, or there's, you know, a foul situation, which did occur tonight, or an injury, knock on wood. But as we came in tonight's game after the last couple, he's part of the rotation, which is certainly not what was planned when we selected him or brought him in. It was insurance policy, but he's become a really, really important piece. And tonight, he's taken another step. He's going to be instrumental now if we get to where we need to go, having that backup big in there and a physical one that can play in an environment like this. It's a exciting story. The other one is that we're really excited about is Lewis, the young Sudanese kid that came in at the end of the game. And we're thick in those wings positions, but we got him out of youth league, and he makes shots, got a great attitude, got length, and he might appear or start to move forward in our group as well.
It's also great to see Lockie back on the NBL court as well. But just lastly, I mean, you were playing so well before this game, and teams are talking about how tough it is with short turnarounds, having 1 day in between games. But sometimes when you have too long in between games, you had a full week in between this game. Are you a little bit rusty maybe having 7 days before you find it in?
I think it's less us and more them. I mean, we're going to come into a hornet's nest with a team that's asses on fire, and you walk in here and you see Magne warming up, and you go, man, and then that piece for us, that kind of the maturity piece, and the guards is a tough one. So it was, I'm not regroup, get everyone healthy, and come into this backstretch. But man, there was a lot of pressure on Kendrick tonight. I mean, it couldn't take him off the floor really, and carried a very, very heavy load. So we'll be excited for the break, and I'm sure all the teams are. I think the pace in the NBL that everybody's talking about, the physicality of 94 feet, which they play, which Phoenix play, which United play, which we're trying to play, is really, really demanding physically. And you're looking around the leagues, there's a lot of people with niggles and some serious injuries. So it's a big factor on getting your team healthy. And I think everybody's looking forward to that in this break.
Thanks, George.
Thank you.